Okay. I'm going to wait the prerequisite 5 seconds. Actually, there's no ads, so I don't, at least not yet. I don't have to wait. Sometimes my stuff is monetized, sometimes not. It's going to be an interesting one. I'll wait till a few people get in here and then I will start the prerequisite music. You know, what's up, Jeff Ross? Nice to have you in here, bud. We're going to be discussing what happened last night. Obviously, interesting. You know, stuff like that, and also some stuff that I'm working on for you all. I waited till Natalie got off because what's up, King Bluto? Nice to have you here. Because if I didn't want to compete with Natalie's stream, it would have been way too hard. Not a lot of people would have came in to my stream. Mary, be good. What's up? Nice to have you here. You were up all night. Yeah, I was up most of the night. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it here in just a few. Hit that like button on your way in if you're just joining. We're gonna have an impromptu stream here. I did a Colfax run, not on camera earlier, um, just to see what was going on. Nothing going on in Denver, thankfully. We like quiet Colfax runs. NGS 55, hi from Maine. Welcome. Northwoods Press, welcome. Let's get some music for you guys and then we'll get started. Hit that like button. Jamie Todd, what's up? All right, here we go. Let's I'm trying to think of what music to play for you guys. Let's see. Let's just do the normal. Here we go. All right, welcome everybody to an impromptu. I don't even know what you would call this stream. I guess I felt the need to do it. McDonald, welcome. Nice to have you here. Enjoy that lunch, man. Fell asleep right before Jay was released. Yeah, I couldn't take anymore last night. Mary, be good. I was kind of livid at some of the things last night. There were some irritating things that happened last night. Lunchtime for you, Jamie. Right on. Good for you. Hopefully, you're having something tasty for lunch. Um, I need to eat lunch. I haven't eaten lunch yet. After this, I guess. Actually, I think I'll just wait till dinner now. Um, so last night, Jay was arrested, and I had a chance to review a lot of the footage, and there was some megaphone uses, but I mean, I don't think it was a justifiable arrest. I looked up that penal code, and it's for California for the. What's up, Carol? Nice to have you here. It is for religious ceremonies, right? But it's so weird because uh, you can't claim religious ceremonies 24/7, right? You're not doing religious ceremonies. I could see if Jay was interrupting, like if Scientology had let's just call it a mass, right? For instance, even though they don't really have those things. Um, uh, let's say it was a mass, right? They were having some sort of weird mass, and Jay was coming in with cymbals and bullhorns and all kinds of commotion. I mean, that's what that statute is for, right? It is not for protesting. I'm pretty sure the First Amendment is a Amendment for a reason, right? It is the law of the entire country. Let's see, who else do we got in here? What did Jay get unlawful? Yeah, he got I do believe it's an unlawful arrest, King Bluto. He's got a court date at the end of the month. I'm fully expecting those charges to be overturned or whatever. I mean, if the DA goes through with it, it's not going to look good on the DA over there, etc. And I think Jay's got enough of a following now that money is not going to be an issue to secure a lawyer to help uh, reduce that charge to rubble. And I would suggest that he take it all the way to trial, because I'm definite if the DA wants to continue to pursue. What's up, K Dot? Nice to have you here, bud. That's my bro. We're gonna be talking. I'll be talking about a little bit of what we're working on later, K Dot. Um, just going over Jay's arrest, his unlawful arrest. And I think I mean, what is Jay gonna do? Sue Scientology? Probably. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to talk to him. I tried to get a hold of him on my phone, but he's a celebrity now, so I'm just low on the totem pole as far as people go trying to get a hold of Jay. So maybe he will respond to my text and call in. But I know he's at the beach, so poor guy spent a night in jail. He deserves at least a day off. Let's see. Oh, that's not Jay. I wished it was Jay. Flea Factory, nice to have you in here. Scientology's lapdogs, LAPD. Um, I'm going to talk about that too, Flea Factory, because there is something to say about that. Hold on, Carol. Students were handcuffed with zip ties and given citations for a sit-in, trespassing by students at their school. Yeah, long day yesterday. Carol, I heard about that, but the funny thing is I was just going to give the chief of police in Denver praise for not acting on the peaceful protests that are going on in Denver. I did not know that there were students arrested. Carol, you need to get a hold of me next time that happens so I can have video on that, because that's super important too. King Bluto says, hate to say it, but I live in the state of California. He needs to sue them. King Bluto, he might. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'll ask him that question, King Bluto, if he responds. And, there you go. He's probably, no, Mary, he was just on with Natalie. He's at the beach now. McDonald's, well, MLH, it has said the devil worshippers work twice as hard to cast their spells on humanity. So I'm not surprised about them worshiping 24/7. No, but they don't worship 24/7. You can't claim that, McDonald. Like, no religion can claim that. You could claim that, but it's ridiculous. You can't say you're in a ceremony 24 hours a day. That's just ridiculous. You be chilling. Welcome. Nice to have you here. I live in Southern California. Yeah, Southern California is nice, McDonald. I need to get back out there. I would love to go back and visit. So let's talk about the arrest. Jay, I mean, these idiot LAPD cops, they're amongst the worst. I know I put DPD and Aurora up there as far as bad, probably top five, maybe top three of most corrupt pieces of crap cops. ACDP state troopers. And are you kidding me, Carol? That would have been a hell of a video. I think you have my number, Carol. If not, email me. I'll give you my number, and you can just give me a quick text, and I'll try to head down there to capture some of that nonsense, because that's ridiculous. Joko, welcome. Nice to have you here. They got beautiful areas in Northern California. They do, King Bluto. I just prefer Southern. It's always really nice there. A lot of sun. There are nice places north. Don't get me wrong. Even Oregon is really pretty. It's on video. Yeah, I know, Carol, but I hear you, Carol. But different views. You know what I mean? Like mobile views and up, maybe one person on one side, the other, like different angles. Always helps. It always helps to have multiple cameras there, Carol. No, nothing, not taken away from you, Carol. You do great work. So the LAPD is corrupt. I think we can all agree on that. They are. I mean, you can tell that they bend over backwards to help Scientology. They are And what happened at UCLA was a disgrace too. They detained journalists and people like William Good, Streets LA. That whole debacle was a bunch of nonsense. Blue Unicorn, welcome. Going to sleep but listening. Okay, I probably will put you to sleep, Blue Unicorn. There were many cameras. Well, I mean, maybe I want to be there too, Carol. can't can't let all you guys have the fun, right? Um, I mean, it is Denver. I'm big on helping the people of Denver. I don't want anybody hurt or anything, and I'm always up and down Colfax. So this is going to be a lawsuit for sure. Mary Be Good says. I don't know. No, lost audio there for a second. Sorry, guys. So I'm not 100% sure it's going to be a lawsuit. I'm going to talk to Jay about it. I think there is a lawsuit in there somewhere, but that's between him and lawyers. And I don't give legal advice, but I am curious. So we'll find out more about that, Mary Bigrid. I'm almost certain he'll let us know. So. The arrest, I mean, even in arrest, Jay is such a nice, peaceful dude. I would been, I mean, if they put cuffs on me for what he did yesterday, you guys already know. I would have raised holy fucking hell. Um, and it would have not been for um not. They would have gotten a piece of my mind. Fleet Factory says, I bet they dropped the charges. I don't think there's any doubt, Fleet Factory. And the reason I say that is not because Scientology doesn't want Jay to pay, but Scientology is very secretive. And if you go through a process with a legal process with Jay and lawyers, there's a discovery process. So that would expose a lot of the BS within Scientology, right? So that's what I'm saying. There would be a lot that I mean, it would not be worth it for them, that $1 billion business, because that's what it is. It's a business. Um, yeah, the only thing you can do is suggest. Bluto says yes. See, that's what I'm saying. Um, yeah. Unicorn Riot came to the press conference last night, and I will try to let you know. I had to take a little break for today, probably go back tonight for a while. Been there most. I know you've been, Carol, and Carol's been doing great work. If you haven't, if you want to know what's going on in Denver, mostly Carol Funk is a great channel to follow. I don't think there's any mods in there, Carol, to put your link. Let's see if I can pull up your link, Carol, and I'll throw it in there. Tilty Bird, welcome. Bleebits, welcome. Nice to have you both in here. We're discussing Jay's arrest. It was harrowing for a lot of chatters. But I want to explain a few things in just a second about protesting in general and stuff of that nature. But give me a second. I want to get Carol's link in there for you guys to follow. She's a wonderful human being. I love Carol. She's awesome. Uh, Carol Funk, the venerable Carol Funk. Hold on, let me get her linkage. Yeah, there it is. Okay. That way I can put it in for you guys. I don't have any mods working right now, so sometimes you have to do the work yourself, which is fine. It keeps me honest. So there you go. Control V and boom. Make sure you click on that link and subscribe to Carol. She's fantastic. I love Carol. Haven't seen you in a while, Carol. We need to hook up for coffee or something one day. Tilty, I was yelling at my screen for our long-legged lad. Yeah. Yes, Tilty. I had no control last night, and I felt almost as I mean, I had every emotion that you guys had and a little bit more because the way I felt. Thank you, Tilty, for subscribing to Carol. She's fantastic. Um, and thank you everybody that's uh, subscribing to Carol's channel. She deserves it. She works really hard. Um, Thank you, Flea Factory. So, Tilty, I'm with you. I felt helpless last night, and that's a normal feeling to feel when you can't do anything. And I really did have that feeling last night. I was even telling my inner circle, I feel like getting my credit card, getting a flight, and going out there. But obviously, I can't get an instant flight out there. So it really wouldn't have served any purpose other than support after the fact. And, I can do that from here. So, you know, I legitimately had to take an Ativan, and I didn't realize how hard I was clenched until we walked out of the door and just turned jelly relief when he started eating. It was maddening. You know what, something else kind of irritated me last night. Pup Groomer, nice to have you in here. Pup Groomer is another fantastic channel. Give me a second, Pup Groomer, and I'll pull up your link as well. I don't have any mods running right now, so it's a little difficult to do two things at once. It's like walking and chewing gum for me. I can't even do that right. So hang on one second here. Pup Groomer. Pup Groomer. If anybody else wants a link, let me know and I'll try to get you in there. A lot of people. Shit, Pup Groomer. I can't. I'm not gonna be able to get your link, Pup Groomer. I apologize. If a mod shows up, I'll make sure and have them put it in there. I put in Pup Groomer and 50 million channels. Come on up. Um. So thank you, Pup Groomer. Really appreciate you being on in here. You can link my crappy art channel. It's not crappy, Tilty. I've been in there. You're actually a really good artist. I will try to get you in there as well. Hold on, I know how I can get Pup Groomers. Hang on, Pup Groomer. Let's try Pup Groomer 20. See if that. Look at that. There you go. All right, I am subscribed, Pup Groomer. Just to let you know, I'm not just uh, I'm not. I practice what I preach. I try to help everybody out as much as a problem, as much as anybody else's. So, and it's not a problem to me. All right, there's Pup Groomers. So make sure you sub to her and Tilty. Let me get you as well. Tilty Bird, and I know I've looked up your channel before, so that one shouldn't be too hard. Tilty is right there. There you are, lovely Tilty Bird. And let me Control C and Control V you. How does it feel to be controlled? Control C and Control V, Tilty. There you go. Okay, I think I got the plugs out of the way. Anybody else wants a plug? Feel free to let me know and I'll try. You're welcome, Tilty. So, and other people will see this. I know there's a lot of people over at the LA channels and whatever. You consent. I would hope so, Tilty. I don't do anything without consent. Okay, so let me talk about some irritating things surrounding Jay's arrest. First of all, I'm irritated with the cops that they wouldn't even investigate. You're welcome, Pup Groomer, for sure. They didn't really even investigate. They just heard one side and that was it. They took. I think I burned down my channel last night. I'll have to tell you later. Uh-oh. Yeah, give me a ring later, Blue, and we'll discuss. It can be rebuilt if it's bad. Matthew, yes, finally a mod in chat. Thank you so much for being in here, Matthew. Matthew's awesome. So there were a couple of things I was a little irritated. First, the feeling of helplessness. I know a lot of people felt that, but I really felt that. And in a way, I kind of felt like I let everybody down because I couldn't be there to do anything, but logistically not possible, right? So I have to forgive myself for that and move on. But I do want to talk about the behavior of the other protesters. I'm not going to get into too many details. I don't want this to become a drama thing where somebody goes back to, another channel and says that I was talking mad smack. No, I provide constructive criticism, which everybody should be open to. And I was watching, and they took Jay to the Northeast District, I believe. I have no idea how the logistics work in LA. But one of the protesters decided to pick a fight with some rando, egging him on, and I didn't appreciate it. And it's a young kid that's out there. I think his name is um, oh, what the hell is that cat's name? And I appreciate the fact that he's out there protesting, but I think he's just too young and inexperienced to be doing these type of things. He's going to get himself killed, someone else killed, or somebody in trouble, including himself. And I was sorely disappointed in what I saw. Sometimes, when somebody gets arrested, at least from my experience, I've never been arrested, but peripherally, how things work is there's a point of contact, and not everybody can be a point of contact. And I know everybody wanted to jump on the wagon and get all the clicks and views, and it's kind of what YouTube is about, and I'm part of that too. And here I am. Yes, Solomon, Chris on the drums. Thank you for being here, Chris. I really appreciate it. And the only reason that I call him out by name, Chris, is not to stir drama, but to be constructively critical of some of the things that happened last night, because this is a learning lesson, and everybody can learn from people that have been there, done that, especially when it comes to something as delicate as an arrest. Those the protesters actually cost Jay probably 2 to 3 hours more, or more, 2 to 4 hours, I would say, extra in jail, because he had to be extradited from the station that he was at to another station, and it just complicates things sometimes. There is times when protesting outside of a station is necessary. I've called for that. Flood calls. Um, Flea Factory, awesome. Next time you go out there, Flea Factory, give me a text, and then I'll try to be out there with you. Um, so that was one of the disappointing things is Jay, and I know Jay's grateful for everybody. He's grateful for Solomon for being there. He's grateful for Confident Chris being there. Grateful for Tori Magoo and everybody that was out there. But last night was kind of a shit show, and I was stressed the fuck out just watching some of the events that were unfolded after Jay's arrest. I don't think you're being mean. I agree. He's a kid and he needs to be careful because he doesn't realize the danger he's surrounded by. That's the thing, Chris. He's definitely bold. I would say brash. I think I would love to talk to him, just over the phone, and kind of give him, even though I hate when people give unsolicited advice to me. So, I mean, if he were to come to me and ask, then I most certainly would help him out, because I'm very helpful anyways. But I don't want to be that annoying asshole that is just giving people advice when they don't ask for it. But in this case, I felt strongly about it, to get it out there on the internet, and hopefully, we can learn. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, and see, here it is, I'm plugging his channel. Go to Solomon's channel, fast forward to the second station, and watch him taunt a guy from across the street, and watch that guy from across the street chase him. And I know he's young and fast and all that, but what if he gets caught? I was genuinely afraid for the kid. I mean, if that guy would have caught him, it would not have been good for him. He is very young, Flea Factory, and I'm not trying to be the old man on the lawn, get off my lawn guy. That's not what I'm saying, but you do kind of have to question the parenting a little bit. He is what, 16 years old. I mean, I know he's got a mind of his own. He's doing his thing. He's doing great on YouTube, and probably raking in money and all of that. And we will talk about money in a minute too. And I hate to talk about it, but we have to talk about it. Um, the allure is there. The allure is there. So I understand he's young. He's brash. People like him. I like him. I like the kid, but I didn't appreciate that last night because I have a small vested interest in what Jay is doing over there in LA. You know what I mean? So um, indirectly, not him himself, but the whole situation um, just just cost a little bit. It cost Jay a little bit of time. That's why I like when Streets is there. Streets keeps him in line, lets him know what not to do, those sorts of things. See, that's what I'm saying, Chris. I agree with you because somebody like Streets has been through it. Somebody like myself has been through all of this. I haven't been arrested, but been close a few times. I know the process. I know what to do. I know how to handle things. Um, Tim, nice to meet you. Or nice to meet you. Nice to have you here. I'm so used to meeting people, Tim. Nice to have you here. No, I mean, we're having a discussion on what happened last night, Tim. Some of the things that happened with Jay's arrest and the the surrounding peripheral stuff that is kind of irritating to me. Like, I was just saying that, I know the protesters' hearts are in the right place, like Tori and Chris and even Solomon, but I think they cost Jay an extra 3-4 hours in jail. Um, but the bigger, broader point is don't make a spectacle of yourself if someone else is arrested. I just didn't understand Solomon's point of view, and it may be a minor criticism. Maybe you guys can let me know if you're listening on the replay crew or in chat now. Maybe I'm making too much of it, but I don't think so because honestly, I when I saw it, you know I was like, man, if that was my son, I would have probably saw him live and went down there and pulled him by his ear, put him in a corner, and told him, "You need to sit this one out because you could get yourself killed." I was literally worried for him, and it's really weird. Tilty says, from what I've gathered, he seems to have a little bit too much freedom in terms of the way things are with the parents. Don't want to speak too much about that because I um, don't know the situation. Yeah, I see. It's the same here. But I do feel like that there's not, and I hate to be this guy that says curfew, but 16 years old, he's running around with a bunch of protesters that are definitely serious about, um, you know, um, Amy, nice to have you in here, Amy. Danny tries to keep him out of trouble too. See, that's the thing. You can't. Sometimes with kids, you just can't control their behavior. Mimi's love. Nice to have you here. Crazy evening, a lot of stress and upset. But it makes the movement stronger and more determined. That's the side COS just doesn't get. I couldn't agree with you more. It was overall a victory for the protesters, in my view. Jay did a fantastic job as always. I wish he would return my text. If somebody can get a hold of him, if he's live or whatever, let him know. I'm trying to get a hold of him. But yeah, I know Fleet Factory. You didn't see it, but I saw it. And like I said, it may be like a get off my lawn type of moment for me. Maybe I'm just getting too old. Maybe I'm just a little overprotective. I try to offer great advice when I can. I'm not perfect. He's not live now. Thanks, Emmy. Appreciate that. Matthew says, at one point I felt Solomon was doing something very dangerous. I told him, and he listened. So hopefully he continues to learn and grow. That's the thing, Matthew. I mean, he's not any of our kids, but he is our kid, right? And I think it's incumbent upon the LA crew, even though they shouldn't be burdened with this. I mean, they've got a job to do out there. It's not easy protesting. Ask me. I've been to the Denver Scientology building how many times, and each time it's work. It's not just everybody having a great time and singing kumbaya. We do have those moments, but they're mostly it's doing hard work. Jay's at the beach right now. Awesome. Not taking sides, but I was watching Danny when that happened. He was inside with cops, and the cops kind of laughed it off. Knew that uh, knew let's see I'm sorry knew that guy name seemed like he chases people all the time. Yeah, but what happens if he would have caught Solomon Pup? I mean, it's not that I'm taking a side, right? I'm just making an observation. I mean, I don't know Solomon from the next kid down the block, but what I do know, it's of kids, is they tend to get themselves in a lot of trouble, and sometimes, like, this is a real life thing that potentially could be very dangerous. What would have happened? I'll give you guys a scenario. What would have happened if Wendell was the guy chasing him and he caught him and he has a machete? I mean, it's not too far from thinking something like that could happen. You know what I mean? There you go. Jody Q in the house. What's up, Jody Q? Nice to have you here. Alan B. Nice to have you here as well. Roxy Almeida, welcome. Nice to have you here. Tim says, yeah, when Streets was out there every night, I was good with Solomon be out there, but Streets isn't there as often now, so shrugs. Well, you see, Tim, I mean, maybe it's the parent in me. Maybe it's the fact that I'm experienced at what I do. Maybe it's all of the above. Um, but something in me wanted to reach through the screen and do two things: protect Solomon, because that guy was crazy that he was taunting, and also put Solomon in a corner. you know, some type of scared straight type thing, man. I mean, if that didn't scare him last night, I don't know what would have. But uh, I'm not everybody's keeper. I'm not, an arbiter of everything good or anything like that. But I do care. Um, I care about people in general. And oh, hold on. I just got a text here. I'm not gonna say who this is from. Hold on. Okay. All right. I got that. All right. But you know, there's a lot of repercussions for your actions. Like, I'm a big proponent of the First Amendment, but I do know that there are limits and there are consequences to your actions. You may be in the right, but you might be arrested because you're in the right. I know that every time I go out. Fleet Factory says my son got shot with rubber bullet and tear gas peacefully protesting BLM. Hold on, I gotta move this over. Sorry. All right. It's in the way of my chat. All right. He had his hands up and got shot in the back. Got to be careful because you never know when you're going to get an aggressive cop. Fleet Factory, that's a great, excellent point. I'm the same way. When I go out there, um, I I know I'm risking my life sometimes. I know this. I fully know this, and every day could be my last. So I'm not immune to criticism. If you guys see something that I'm doing wrong, I want to be as safe as possible. But you never know. Matthew says, by the way, I got a really good look at the machete, and it's a sharp, dangerous weapon. It's not one of those cheap, flimsy machetes. Even if it was a cheap, flimsy one, Matthew, there can be some damage on that. But thank you for that info, because yeah, that's crazy. Can you imagine if Solomon got caught by that guy? He'd have no chance. Kid has epilepsy too, Flea Factory? I did not know that. I didn't see. There you go. Solomon doesn't understand that if he gets arrested, Chris on the drum says, and something sticks, that can mess him up trying to get into school or possibly a future career. That's another great point, Chris. I did not even think about that, but you're absolutely 100% correct. The pros and cons are maddening, Tim says. Yeah, Tim, for me, the pros always outweigh the cons of going out there. I am for the people. I've been labeled the defender of Denver, the Batman of Denver, whatever you want to call me, and all of it is true. I want everybody to be safe, even when I'm out there with cops. As much as I can't stand most of them, I don't want them to get hurt either. I mean, it's just but I also want to expose the corruption. Flea Factory says kids Kids think they're invincible. They sure do. I know, just mentioning from another camera angle, it's that's all. Not going to put my personal opinion because he's not my kid. Therefore, I have same thing here, pup groomer. I agree with you. I just have to. I just had to point it out because it related to Jay. You know, Bottoms Up said, "What did I miss? What happened with Solomon last night?" Well, Solomon taunted a guy that was across the street when he was waiting for Jay at the second precinct that he was out, and that guy chased him. And Chris and him were laughing about it. I wasn't laughing about it. I thought it was really serious. And you can go and look at what I'm talking about on his stream, and determine for yourself. I mean, I don't think it was innocent, harmless fun. I think it was super dangerous and reckless behavior. Amy M says, "I'm a helicopter mom. My daughter isn't allowed to protest." I think that's the best way to do it. Amy M, wait till they get a little bit older, and then teach them the ins and outs. If you had, if I'm sure you'd be okay, Amy M, if I took your daughter out to protest, because you would know that I wouldn't let anything come to harm with her. That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's just certain things. Danny said that Wendell was gone last night. Hopefully he stays gone. He is gone, Jody. I got confirmation on that through my sources. Wendell is no longer there, but you know what? All it takes is a cheeseburger and he'll be right on back. My kid, not Solomon, but he still protests all the time. Yeah, I know, Flea Factory, and you should be very proud of him because he believes in what he's doing, and as long as he's peaceful in doing so, he should be out there. And I think kids should be exposed to some of this. But I also agree with Amy M. I mean, would I want my son doing what I do? Probably not, because I know the dire risk that it poses. But if my son were to do it, I would be very, very proud of him. I'd honestly say that you probably have more integrity, empathy for than Batman, though. That's that may be true, Tilty. I definitely have more empathy. I don't know about integrity. I think Batman's got integrity, but he pushes that integrity sometimes. I told Wendell some people were going to come by and remove him if he didn't leave. Matthew said, "That's awesome, Matthew. Sometimes the power of suggestion works. She is shy and would just stand there. Yeah, Amy. Well, there you go. I mean, you're doing what a good parent should do, Amy. If it's right for you, it's right for you. If it's not right for you, you know it. My calling is to be out on the streets of Denver, to protest, to fight for civil rights of everybody. I feel like I'm in a Hulk Hogan song right now. Fight for the rights of every man. That type of thing. But yes, that's correct. Your way of thinking is correct, Amy. I have no criticism of it because it's your kid, and that's right. Um, let's see, Denizen's in the house. What's up, Denizen? Nice to have you here. Debatable, Tilties. Yeah, maybe we'll have that debate one day, Tilty, for sure. Daddy's footsteps, ego mode activated. Yeah, Jim, there you go. Women have rights too. They sure do. Blue unicorn, or at least they. Well, yeah, I'm not going to get into it. What you say about your son is a good way to summarize how I feel about activism as well. I would advise anyone not to do it, but I'm proud of anyone who fights. See, Denizen, there you go. I'm the same way. I mean, I could I recommend doing this for everybody? Absolutely not. But it is ingrained in some people, Denizen. I'm one of those people. I would not be me if I wasn't out there doing what I do. I've done it for a long time, you know. Um, ever since a cop put a gun in my face when he thought I was smoking weed back in the day, and when I was legally trying to make a left-hand turn and didn't go on a yellow, and a cop got all pissed off at me and my mom because I didn't go on that yellow. Yeah, I it activated something in me. Everybody has those moments, for sure. Um, Blue Unicorn, get some rest, buddy. Call me when you wake up. You know what I'm saying? um, so that was just one of the observance. I think I think it just muddied the waters last night. There's a time and place for everything, including protesting and cop watching and everything else. We all used to have rights. I know, Blue Unicorn. I'm trying to fight to get some of those back. Batman made the Joker. That's true too. Está bien, Matthew? Okay. I too am a filthy weed criminal. Tilty, you're no criminal. I think Solomon's a great kid. I also think he does sometimes come across as strappy, which most teenagers do often. I don't think the intended. No, I agree with you. Bottoms up. I don't. I've seen his streams a time or two, and nothing suggests that he's a bad kid. But I think he's definitely inexperienced, and he needs a little seasoning before he's out there because um, his reckless behavior is going to get him in trouble. And that's what we were saying. I think it was who was it earlier that made the point? I think it was Chris on the drums was basically saying, he just needs a little time. I gotta pop out. Thank you, Tilty, for being here. Semi clean weed crook, Tim Perrigan. I'm definitely a 420 guy for sure. Every night I have to. It's my medicine. Hey, fellow weed criminals, I'm criminalizing this blue dream right now. How about you? I got some moon blend. I'm not criminalizing anything right now because I have to stay lucid during the day. But at night, there you go. His immaturity could bite him in the butt. Bottoms up. See, that's what I'm saying. Bottoms up. I'm not trying to be overly critical of the kid. I think he's got a great future, even in his YouTube career. I mean, he's already, I think, making some good money. But I just don't want him to get in any trouble, and I definitely don't want anybody hurt. I mean, that's the big thing. Nothing wrong with the little 420. Mimi's love says. I totally agree with you, Mimi. Um, I do think Solomon's parents need to get a handle on his whereabouts. I was always with my kids when they protested. Couldn't imagine letting them run the streets of LA alone. Well, I don't think he's ever really alone, Flea Factory. I think he's always around, peripheral people like Confident Chris and at least Laura FM and DOA and all those. But the problem lies is those people aren't his parents. And I don't think Confident Chris is much older. So there you go. I'm pillaging my lemon diesel. Arr. Matthew the King. Um, yeah. So there you go. I agree. Solomon's a good kid. Yeah. See, it's just nobody wants to see him hurt. That's the whole thing. And then if you were to show him this stream, he would be upset at me and pissed off. And it's just like the truth sometimes hurts. So Confident Chris is 25. He looks younger than that, Amy. I don't know, but it could be. You would know probably better than I do. It's going to be a learning curve, but he will learn. Yeah, I totally agree, Tim. So let's talk about. Let's get off of this now. I think I've said what I need to say. I want to give a shout out to Ellie. I don't think Ellie got enough props, even with the people that were giving her props last night. But Jay was on. Natalie's stream, and I thought he would mention her, but he had a lot of it on his mind, and all that. But I just want everybody to know that Ellie was an absolute rock star last night, and deserved. Man, oh man, I think Ellie is the best moderator in all the years, and I've been on YouTube for going on 17 years, guys. Ellie is the best moderator I've ever seen. And I am really, really happy that she's my moderator, and she cares about my channel and all of that. I really do. I think she's the best. And that takes nothing away from moderators like Matthew and Jen and a host of other great mods that I have on my channel. I love them all. But Ellie is just in a class all her own, and she gets unfairly criticized and trolled, and people say a lot of nasty things in other chats about Ellie. And I'm here to tell you guys, I've known Ellie for years, and and Ellie is legit. She is legit. She cares about her streamers. You know, it just so happens that certain people are a little higher on the chain because of longevity and because we don't get ourselves in trouble. And, you know, she doesn't really have to worry about certain people, but not saying who, myself. But she's just great. And anytime that you guys see her, you should really give her the props that she deserves because let me tell you something about modding. Modding is not easy if you do it right. Modding can be easy, but those are the lazy ones. So I saw Ellie and Natalie stream. She's never resting. I mean, she probably saw me go live and she's like, you know, he's got this. You know, he's got this. So she trusts me to handle things and you know stuff like that. So um Jamie, let me get your comments. I need a new bedpan. How dare you, sir? How dare you? MLH is going to something Solomon hit Solomon with this cane. How dare you? I'm not that old yet, man. I the cane is retired. The cane's retired. All right, so I need to be transparent with you guys and honest. And I just want to let you know that I am not going to pursue going after the officer that threw me on the ground. And I'll tell you why. For one, the first lawyer declined because he said there wasn't enough evidence. And for two, I've got other stuff to do. And I accomplished what I needed to do with the Denver police stations. Between KDOT and myself, with some help from Ellie and others, um, we got the signs taken down in Denver. So there's to me that was the reason to go forward with the lawsuit. Sure, there would have been a little bit of money involved for pain and suffering and whatever, but I mean that's 2 years of my life that I can't get back, and I can't do what I wanted to do in Denver. So for me, it's over. That portion is, but that does not mean that I'm letting up on Denver PD. That does not mean I am not going to continue doing what I'm doing, et cetera, because I will, because I'm very passionate about it. Um, you've known me since I came out as being super old, Jamie. I'm a bad mod. I had my wrench taken by two men in hoodies and sweatpants. Denizen. Um, love, love, love. Amazing Ellie. I agree. They didn't break my head. They could have though. Uh, but it is a win for me. I consider it a win. It's not a loss. I'm not crying. I'm not upset about it. I consider it a complete win because after that happened to me, um, there was some stuff that happened behind the scenes, let's just say. And my case was the camel that broke, you know, the straw that broke the camel's back. So it's a big victory for all of us in Denver, for the people. And here is what I'm going to do, and I'll let you guys know. I don't know exactly when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to make a tour of all the different districts, and I'm going to make videos outside the building, inside the building. I'm going to ask if they have any police complaint forms or commendation forms, and then I'm going to leave the building. It's not going to be the most exciting series of videos, but it is going to be my victory lap, and I think I deserve it. So that's where that stands. I am getting better physically. It's going to take some time. My back is still a little messed up, and you know I still got a lot of rehab to do. I've got 6 appointments to go to, and it's a pain in the ass, but I know I have to do it. So um, there we go with that. So that explains that. I'm not, you know, so if I get anybody telling me, asking me, you know, about, you know, are you going to pursue? I am not. I'm done. I have other things to do. I don't want that to be an albatross around my neck that I can't get rid of. So I am just completely done with it. What I am not done with is doing what I do, protesting at Scientology building. I know I have to make some more appearances over there, but I mean, physically, haven't been feeling the greatest lately because my ears been giving me trouble. I mean, it's gonna sound gross, but like I have like this, for lack of a better term, kind of a mucus that's in there. It's like a fluidy mucus is the best way that I can put. So do donuts in my mobilities go? How dare you, Jamie? One thing about Denver cops, bad publicity works on them quite often. Once you go public with their fuckery, they get freaked out. Yep. See? So there you go, Flea Factory. I am very intimately knowledge when it comes to the Denver PD and their corruption, and I'm working on it. There have been inroads. I've been fairly impressed with Chief Thomas in Denver. Although I'm now hearing that the stupid campus downtown circumvented Denver PD and got the Rangers. I didn't know Colorado had Rangers and state troopers involved, which is ridiculous. So um, they can take the lawsuits because those kids are going to sue. There's no doubt. I mean, they were peacefully protesting. I was watching Carol Funk streams a couple of times, and they were as peaceful as can be. They were even more peaceful than the UCLA protesters were, and the UCLA protesters were super peaceful. It wasn't until the cops showed up that things got a little out of control, as is the case. Anytime the fucking police show up, that's when problems tend to happen. So, why do you think I do what I do? So, we got a lot to do. We got a lot of work to do. K Dot and I are working on, let me see, at least two, maybe three cases right now. I can't really talk about any of them. We put in, I've got a video that I'm going to be putting out very soon, um, with an asshole cop, of course, Aurora asshole cop. K Dot already put out his video on his channel, so if you want to get a sneak peek of what my video is going to be about, make sure you check out K Dot's video, DJ K Dot the Party. If Matthew's still in here, if you wouldn't mind putting K Dot's link in there, that would be fantastic. I really appreciate you, bud. Um, so there's a lot in the works, and there always is. We just put in some more requests yesterday. Today, I'm going to be probably, you know what? I'm taking the rest day off because my ear is killing me. I just need rest. I just need to rest. That's it. I think I can't afford to go back to the doctor. I just got a bill for like 8 grand between my earache and the stupid Denver cop throwing me on the ground. I'm on the hook for about $8,000. I'm trying to work on, my insurance paying for it, but you know how that goes. So it is one of those things. DJ Kate out the body in Mexican Ocean Ice. What are you talking about, Jamie? So um, there's a lot left to do. I think, right, like I said, right after this, I'm going to put out my video in the encounter that we had yesterday with Aurora PD. The amount of disrespect is just crazy. Thank you, Matthew. I really appreciate that, man. It's hard to mod with no mods in there. You know what I mean? But thank you for coming on in, Matthew, and I appreciate the help. Um, so the video is going to be, it's just another little irritating thing. I mean, K Dot went up to this cop and shook one of the cop's hands, and the other cop refused to shake his hand. He just wanted to do a fist bump, and I'm like, you just, and you know what his reasoning was? Well, I think I'll keep that secret. That's a little teaser. So when you see the video, you'll fully get everything. A little late, but Ellie and all of Jay's mods are freaking rock stars. They really are. No doubt, Pup Groomer. Um, Ellie is just. What can you say about Ellie? I mean, you know, I I can't tell you the amount of work she does on the streams, behind the scenes. I mean, She's tirelessly working. Yes, Jamie Todd, officer. Did you see the video, Jamie? It's pretty ridiculous, man. I want to talk about it, but I don't because I got to put out the video. Otherwise, you guys won't even watch it. You know, I don't want to give it away, but give it away, give it away, give it away now. All right. Well, I think that's it, guys. I'll let you guys go. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Um, I'm just gonna throw out the mental health number 988. Dial that if you guys are having any problems with your mental health, and they'll help you. All right. That's it. You guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Please stay safe out there. And also my email is mexicanlonghair@gmail.com. So email me for anything. But anyways, Alan B, don't get nicked. That's how to do it. Exactly. I agree, Alan. That's a great way to end the stream. So thank you guys for being here on this impromptu after the chaos last night stream. I just had to get a couple of things off my chest. I'm glad Jay's okay. He's doing all right. His eye's okay. All that stuff. But thank you guys so much. Really appreciate you guys. You guys have a great day. Stay safe out there. See you guys on the next video.